It was Thursday, the 3rd of January 2013, and it was 11:48 at night. I was happy that my parents weren't due home from the bar for quite a while because it was their 22nd anniversary together, so I decided to bring my Xbox into the lounge and play some Skyrim. But what I experienced that night was beyond extremely creepy. I sometimes hook my Xbox to the 3D television in the lounge because, well, I don't have one in my room. But anyway, moving on from that. I realized it was pretty late, but ignored the fact and decided to go to sleep when my parents were arrived home. The television wasn't working, the game wasn't showing on the screen. In fact, there was no dashboard or startup screen. At this moment, I couldn't make out what was going on, but after fiddling with the start screen for about 3 minutes, I managed to get the loading screen up. Yes! I gasped in excitement as I stood up, walking towards the dual patio windows and shut the curtains. They slid across smoothly, but just as they were about to close, I saw something that stood in the dark. I panicked. I didn't want to brave it out and decide what it was, and I'm positive I won't want to know anyway. Figment of the tired mind, figment of the tired mind, figment of the tired mind, I repeated to myself in shock. I didn't want to tell myself what was actually there. What kind of person was that? I decided to make my journey into the kitchen to make a cup of coffee, to keep myself awake. But I saw something outside the kitchen window that somehow disturbed my dogs. My oldest dog, who is Jack Russell, growled whenever I neared the kitchen window, but I didn't want him to keep doing that because the kettle was right next to the window, so I let the dogs back into the garden. He was still there. He was 2 meters away from my window, and I could make out some features of him. He had huge void eyes that were filled with emptiness, but that was a mystery to me. What does he want? Why is he here? I dragged the blinds and curtains across rapidly because whatever there was really creepy, and I didn't want to know what it was at all. The kettle brewed and clicked, which meant it was finished boiling the water, so I poured the hot water into the cup and stirred the coffee. Who was he? With the discomfort of what happened before, I decided to head upstairs with my Xbox because I was completely freaking scared of sitting where I was probably vulnerable. He was there at my bedroom window. Holy crap, he was tall. Man, he was tall, and I knew this because how else could he look through my bedroom window? I jumped at the sight of him because it was mainly unexpected. Now I knew it wasn't my tired mind. He dragged his hand up from a completely crooked model and waved slowly at me. He grinned with teeth as sharp as daggers. I panicked. I shut the curtains and picked up my mobile phone. I dialed 999, but all I could hear on the line was someone breathing heavily over and over again. The phone wasn't connecting or dialing. I couldn't make out a voice that said, "Knock, knock."